that there was this RV and they were playing on it. We thought there was someone inside.
You wait here. Let me go.
I couldn't find them. Detective Loki.
Do you have children, detective?
It starts on a quiet, cold afternoon in suburban Pennsylvania. The kind of day that makes you feel safe. The kind of day that lulls you into thinking nothing bad ever happens here. But then, in a blink, everything changes. Two little girls vanish without a trace. And just like that, an ordinary neighborhood is plunged into an abyss of fear, suspicion, and desperation. Meet Keller Dover, a blue-collar father, weathered by life's hardships, but fiercely protective of his family. His daughter Anna and his young niece Joy are inseparable, sharing laughter, secrets, and the kind of innocent trust that makes a father's heart swell. But their laughter fades into silence when the two girls disappear after a family gathering. The police arrive, led by Detective Loki, a methodical, world-weary investigator with an eye for detail and a calm that barely conceals the storm within. As the investigation unfolds, the atmosphere tightens, heavy with dread. Detective Loki interviews everyone, but the case hits a wall. Then, a suspect emerges. Alex Jones, a man with the mental capacity of a child, living in a dilapidated RV. He becomes the focal point of the investigation, though the evidence against him is tenuous at best. His nervous glances, his stammering replies, everything about him screams, something's not right. But is he the villain, or just a convenient scapegoat? Keller doesn't wait for proof. Driven by parental instinct and sheer panic, he takes matters into his own hands. In a decision that blurs the lines between right and wrong, he abducts Alex, locking him in an abandoned building. There, Keller subjects him to a harrowing, relentless interrogation. The air grows thick with tension, punctuated by desperate pleas, muffled cries, and the omnipresent fear that time is slipping away. Outside, Detective Loki follows the procedural path, combing through leads, scanning security footage, and chasing every thread, no matter how faint. His character stands in stark contrast to Keller's emotional chaos. Where Keller spirals, Loki remains steady, almost detached. But with every new piece of the puzzle, the emotional stakes rise. The film doesn't rush. Instead, it lets the dread simmer. Every glance holds suspicion. Every shadow hides potential horror. Keller's descent is palpable. His eyes, once full of fatherly warmth, now flicker with obsession. He becomes less a man and more a symbol of the raw, primal force that fear can ignite. And just when you think you might have a grasp on the story, the film throws a curveball. Small revelations slip in, subtle hints that make you question everything. The narrative pulls you deeper, compelling you to ask, who can we trust? What is justice when it's tainted by vengeance? The beauty of Prisoners lies not in the answers it offers, but in the questions it forces us to confront. Visually, the movie captures the bleakness of winter, the pale light, the barren landscapes, the way snow muffles sound and isolates people, turning even familiar places into alien territory. It's more than a setting, it's a reflection of the character's inner turmoil. The silence between the lines speaks louder than any shouted accusations. As the hours stretch into an agonizing day, the lines between hunter and hunted blur. Keller's desperate search begins to mirror the detective's methodical pursuit. Their paths are intertwined, two sides of the same coin, driven by different forces, but heading toward an inevitable collision. Without spoiling the twists, let's just say the film doesn't offer easy resolutions. Instead, it holds a mirror up to its audience, forcing us to grapple with the weight of moral ambiguity. Keller's choices, Loki's patience, Alex's vulnerability. All of it combines into a narrative that feels painfully real, as if any one of us could be caught in this nightmare. What makes Prisoners resonate isn't just its plot or suspense, but the emotional gravity it carries. It asks us, how far would you go to protect the ones you love? At what point does righteousness slip into madness? The film doesn't hand us a neat conclusion. Instead, it leaves us suspended, somewhere between empathy and horror, judgment and understanding. By the end, the chilling truth lingers in the air like a whisper you can't quite shake. It's not just about finding the missing girls, it's about confronting the darkness within ourselves. The tragedy isn't in what happens, but in how it exposes the fragility of our moral compass. So, next time you watch Prisoners, don't just see it as a thriller about a kidnapping. See it as a journey into fear, desperation, and the haunting question of whether justice is ever truly blind.
I hope you enjoyed this quick cinematic dive. Want to witness more of the silver screen brilliance? Then make sure to check back at Watch That Film.